up, YouTube? Jay here with Homebrewed Vapes. Tonight I'm going to show you guys just a quick beginner's video on how to start on twisted wires. It's going to be pretty simple and but effective. So let's dive down. I'll show you guys how I do it. Okay, so we're going to start with 26 gauge kanthal. Something easy that once you get it twisted up will fit in most RDAs. So we're going to get a nice little length here. Tie this back off. And then we're going to straighten the wire out real quick. So what I'm doing here is I'm just putting a little loop at the end. Something for the drill to hold on to. And actually I'm going to have to move my camera over because my drill doesn't reach that far. Okay. So we're going to check up the end of this wire in here. Tighten it down. Alright, and you're going to notice this thing has got a wicked twist in there. So just pull it out nice and straight. And on the other end, I've got my pliers holding on to them. We're just going to spin it up real quick. And that's all it takes. Alright, next step is going to be cutting this piece of wire, nice and straight wire, and some even pieces. And we're going to do it in about 8-inch increments. So that's about 8 inches. And then we're just going to take the rest of them, cut them the exact same length. Now you could do this with just 2 wires if you wanted to. You could do this with all 4 wires if you wanted to. Because I'm pretty sure I can get 4. Yeah, I can get 4 out of this. Look at that, almost perfect. So I'm just going to straighten this out with the pliers at the end. Close enough. That side's going to go in the drill anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually, just for argument's sake, I'm going to take all 4 of these pieces and we're going to spin these up. And the reason why I'm going to use 4 pieces, it creates more capillaries. So this is an easy build to do for twisting the wire and getting a great flavor build out of it. So we start the end up here, and we're going to insert that in the drill. Tighten it up. And then all we're going to do is just pull them nice and even. Take a good pair of pliers. Hold them nice and tight at the end. Make sure all your pieces are even. And spin them up. Zoom in here. And we just broke the end of it there, but let me turn some light on here. There you go. And basically all these little spots in here are going to provide capillaries. Now if you want to take this a step further, if you had flat ribbon wire, what you could do is put the flat ribbon wire in your drill chuck and then turn it backwards from what it was. and that will end up making a tidal wire. And what happens is it starts unraveling these wires while the flat ribbon wire is tightening up against it. Now, as far as flavor is concerned, it is a decent flavor build, but for today, this is what we're going to stick with. So pull this out of the drill. And I've got a little knot right here, so we're going to cut that knot off. You know what, let's put some light on here. Cut this side off. And we got a good enough piece here that I could probably make about a 5 or 6 wrap. And put that on something like an 1/8 inch drill bit or a screwdriver. Just keep them nice and tight, and it is going to be a little springy. And then we'll go one more. And just like with everything else, push it up against the wall, keep it nice and tight. We're going to insert this on the Mutation X. Loosen this up just a little bit more, I think. Alright. There we go. Pushing it just a hair more. There we go. And what I'll do is I'll center that up. Try to get it to clear the outside cap. So let's go ahead and tighten this down. And the thing is, like with the Mutation X, is if you run out of room, you could always tilt it to fit that coil in there. But on something like the Derringer, where you don't have a whole lot of that room up top, you just have to get it up close to those posts. Alright, now before we heat up the coils and straighten them out, let's see what we're sitting at. That's 0.24 ohms. We'll get this put on my Sigelli real quick. Oh, actually, let me cut off the ends. Maybe I forgot something. Okay. Zoom out here. My star. Love my star. Alright, so now we're just going to fire this up, pinch the coils, and zoom back in here. Now with with these twisted builds, the thing that's different than a regular build is, with having all these wires together, what it's going to try to do is it likes to try to arc. So sometimes whenever you're firing it, you're going to get pieces like you'll see a hot spot go straight across, or you'll see parts of the wire heating up faster than others. That's why with these type of builds, you just pulse it. You don't just hold the button down, you just pulse it up. See how it's tightening up by itself? Once you get them glowing, we'll tighten it up. And get the coil where we want it. Just making sure we're not hitting that post. And let's tighten it up a little bit. And now we should start firing evenly. There we go. Inside out. And I'm firing that at 45 watts. Oops. This is probably something I'm going to be firing at probably about 65, 70 watts. So I'll show you how fast it ramps up on that. There you go. So let's wick it up real quick. Alright, so we're going to take our Japanese cotton. We're going to cut about 5 to 6 millimeters. Pinch ends, and I'm going to zoom out here. It's a little difficult doing this on camera. Trying to see what I'm doing through a camera instead of in person, basically. There we go. Alright. Okay, so that's a little too tight. We'll take a little bit off of there. Probably pull a layer off the top. Which I've been noticing with this Japanese cotton I've been having to do on a lot of my builds. For some reason it's too tight as a whole piece. Either that or I'm just cutting it too thick. But like I said, I'm still working, playing with it. So, you got a nice even drag on it. Nothing too tight. Cut it off just past the lower deck. And one thing I do know about this, kind of fluff it up a little bit before we tuck it in there. Same thing here. Alright, now let's juice her up. Actually, before we juice it up, I want to see what the actual ohms are on it. .27 ohms. Oops. Not anymore. Ah, sorry. Alright, let's juice this sucker up. See what she vapes like. Go. Zoom out of here. That's a lot. Good vapor. And it's going to produce some good flavor too. So, alright. Now as far as my cap goes, we are going to set this up for a single coil. And this is the one bad thing about the black ones. And you're seeing it just like I'm seeing it basically. Normally I don't have a light like that where you can see in there, but most of the time you can't see your openings. That's the only bad thing about having a black Addy, from what I've seen so far. So we're going to line that up with my coil there. And I'm just going to adjust my camera and vape on it just like that so you guys can see. Hey! What's up? Alright. So I'm going to vape this at 85 watts. That's 4.9 volts. Ooh. Sorry. I don't think I juiced it up enough on that last time there. There we go. Alright. Take 2. Big flavor. Out of a simple build. Simple twist. And lots of vapor. So if you like a warm to hot vape, that's definitely the route to go also. And like I said, it's 4 pieces of 26 gauge that I just twisted together. And you can stop it before it breaks, because sometimes it'll break in the middle and you have to start all over again. And I was just shooting it quick, so just to kind of show how it's done. But yeah, pretty much that's a good way to start with these twisted builds. And then from there, like I said, add to it. If you get some flat ribbon wire, add some of that to there. Take a couple of the pieces of the 26 gauge out, add the flat ribbon wire in with it. You can add a couple different sizes, like a 26 gauge, a 24 gauge, and some flat ribbon to make like an aggro coil. And then the Clapton, you can actually do what they call a fused Clapton. And all I would do is, and with this build, is I would take something like a 32 gauge or 36 gauge nichrome, and I would feed it across the whole wire after it's been twisted, and that's your Clapton. And the inside would be your twisted wire. But any questions, guys, let me know. Hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, I'll catch you guys later.